Hello and welcome to Eriu Tarot Readings. I'm Eriu and I'm here to give you your October tarot reading. So as always, if your sun sign video doesn't give you a lot of clarity, don't worry about it. Check out your moon and rising sign videos. I do it all the time as well, watching other tarot readers, and it really does help me at times. So do that. And also to let you know about this particular reading, this is called the What Am I Doing With My Life reading. Pretty self-explanatory, folks. Let's try and get a bit of guidance. Let's try and figure it out, at least for the month of October. And if you'd like a reading with me, you can certainly have one. My details are below. Just get in contact. Now that that's out of the way, let's see how your month is gonna go. Hello, Libras. Happy birthday, Libra. God, that was a quick year, wasn't it? Happy birthday to us lovely Libras, us delectable Libras, us lovely, fabulous. I could go on here really, couldn't I? But I won't too much. Welcome to your October reading, Libra. I hope we get a lot of insight in for you for this month. So as this title suggests, what am I doing with my life? I decided to go with this reading to help direct people as best as I could for particularly the month of October, but hopefully something that will extend beyond that. So Libra, let's have a look at your reading. We're going to go with the very center card here. It's currently covered by another card, but I'll tell you what it is. It is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this very center card is you right now, Libra. Again, I'm going to throw myself in the mix. So right now, Libras, I think we're doing pretty well with ourselves. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here. A lot of us are feeling like queens. A lot of us are feeling quite royal. We're also just going to be enjoying our birthday month anyway, and all the celebrations that will hopefully come along with it too. We're also, strangely enough, feeling a bit more financially stable. Now, if you've had an odd few months, obviously due to the pandemic, Libra, this is saying that whatever you've done up to this point with your finances, you've actually done quite well, and you've solidified a tidy sum up to this point. Now, it could also mean, because your birthday's coming around the corner, or is right here, right now, that you may have gotten money as a birthday gift off people, or some people, a lot of people, who knows. But what I'm also seeing with this card is that even though it's the Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing that there's a lot of luck on your side. So Libra, you, where you are currently, you're sitting quite well with yourself. And I think this is a great place to be. I'm really happy to see this too. Also, remember when we think of pentacles, we think of the self, aspects of the self. So you're quite happy in general with yourself at the moment. I'm seeing lower levels of stress, lower levels of depression, and just less chaos. So Libra, again, if you have been working towards those specific areas of your life where you felt you needed to gain better balance, even in the material world, with the items and the things around you, you decluttered, you got rid of, and you're sitting pretty now. Quite nice. Now, the card that's horizontal over the initial card in the center is the Lord card. So we would translate that as the Emperor card. This particular placement is what you are afraid of at the moment. If we're going to take it quite literally, it could be that you are concerned, or when you're in the presence of a particular person, say if it is work related or even in the household, that this person's position is unnerving to you, or you don't feel fully comfortable, as I said, in their presence. Now, the Emperor has been through it all. Been there, done that, been through all the wars, has fought the good fights, has fought the bad fights, has learned a lot, has a lot of wisdom, and in many ways a lot of power and stature, depending where they are in your life, which I can see externally could be again a kind of off-putting, or this person has elevated to a certain point that you feel is just slightly beyond you, not out of your reach by any means, but is beyond you. What I would say to you is, Libra, whoever this person is that very strong authoritative figure, I would say to you, even though we see that on the outside, that the potential for discussion is there. Now, is this person a little bit stubborn? Yes, they are. It's really only because they have acquired so much knowledge of life, and also the hardships of life, things that come with it, the good and the bad, as I said. So at times it can seem like they're not willing to budge, but only because they feel that their knowledge is quite solid. Having said all that, this person will sit down and have a discussion with you, Libra. I'm not quite sure what it is fully about them that gives you an uneasy feeling. As well, you've got the Queen of Pentacles here. So you have acquired your own sense of self, again, your own finances. You've put your house in order. And this person also has their house in order. So even though you might see them as, again, slightly elevated compared to you in whatever aspect that may be, they're still human. So I would say to you, that discussion, that thing that you really want to say to them this month, Libra, do say it to them. You are very much in your power to do so, but do it as you normally do. Bring the diplomacy, bring the honesty, bring the communicative skill that you have. That is your skill set. Because I believe that this person will be happy to have a conversation who is of equal mindset or understands the art of conversation and how to get their point across without having a warlike attitude. That's what you bring, Libra. Now, in your third position here, it's the card on the far left. You'll see just under the white flower on the left there. That is the Queen of Cups. And that is your past influence that was really beneficial to you. So this could be you, Libra, again in that queen-like energy. I don't know what's going on with you, but you're doing well. You're doing really well. We are doing really well. This Queen of Cups energy, another queen, beautiful, someone who has also been through certain things in life and sits again with that sense of royalty and responsibility. But with the cup energy, cups coming in, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, giving us an overall emotional feeling and operating from an emotional level. So your past influence could have been something that you've learned, which is to hone into your emotions and really utilize them, maybe in groups of people or conversing with people, or again getting your point across. This could also be somebody in your life who potentially could be a water sign or could have their moon as a water sign. Remember, Cancer and Scorpio moons are, I think, particularly good for Libra suns, and they could have helped you develop that. I see more of a, not just it really being you, I feel like it's another person who has really walked along with you through life, and I think sometimes you felt that this person wasn't always right beside you, but they were always kind of there. So this card is saying that this past influence has been really beneficial to you in that you have learned not just to come from a cerebral point of view and to again converse or portray what you need to say to people on a cerebral mental level, but that your emotions now have also been put into check. So you have very much acquired the ability to speak from your mind, but also speak from your heart. That's something that we're very lucky to say when we have really great water signs in our lives, that they give us that. So if we look at the very bottom card there at the end of the spread, we will see the Seven of Cups. And this particular position is your past influence, but something that's actually been more negative than it has been positive for you. Here we see someone there sitting at the side of, it's almost like a little river or stream, and we can see the cups as reflections in that river or the water itself. With that, as always with a stream, we have that movement of water, which means that to really see something for what it is, it's quite hard to, because that water flows and ripples so much that when you try to focus on what's in there, it can be there and it can be gone just as quick. Or it's almost like we think we've seen something and then we realize we haven't. So with this card, it does bring in a certain amount of disillusionment, of confusion, of kind of cloudiness of thought, but more so because we're working with cups here. We're looking at the confusion of emotion. Can also sometimes mean that you can have high expectations of life, but then maybe not as productive attitude towards it. So the thinking of it and the wanting of it is there, but then the action to do so may be lacking. So they're not quite equal in that sense. And it's not to say that there aren't choices for you, because they quite clearly are, but the thing is they're not quite clear. So even though I see you quite strong this month, Libra, in your convictions and about going forward and what you want in any area of your life, this is saying get grounded before you really make those decisions. And if you can, even though you've learned from the Queen of Cups to operate from an emotional level, this is saying really wait for those things to appear appropriately to you. And if they don't, ask the questions about them, because you may be more so emotionally investing than you really need to. And what we don't want to do is be left with a certain amount of regret about that too. But it's in your power, again, as I said, to do so. I don't think you're completely disillusioned about anything, Libra. I think you've got your head on your shoulders here. But this is just a little card, a little warning to say that do ground yourself when making those decisions, no matter what area of your life it is. And you probably will do that naturally anyway, but just to make sure that you check in with those particular points rather than the emotional side of things. And there truly is something going on with you this month, Libra. I'm not quite sure if it's because you really have found a sense of balance, or rather than say balance, I want to say more contentment with a lot of things. And even like accepting things and not letting things get to you maybe as much as you have in the past or even the last few months. But you seem to have a lovely warm aura about you that's like you could really take it or leave it. Or if people don't like you, you're like, that's fine, we don't need to like each other, I'm good with that. Or you can believe that, but I'm going to believe this. I'll hear you out, but I'm going to believe this. It's there's a really less than argumentative side to you this month. And not that you overtly show that, but you do like a good debate, but it's not really coming up for you this month, so I'm glad to say that to you too. Now let's look at your fifth placement here, which is the very top of the spread. This is what you promise to yourself. Okay, what does this mean? So we've got the 9 of Wands here. Wands energy, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. You've got fire here, so we've got a really good mix of nearly all the signs here. Actually, fully enough, or all the elements I should say, fully enough, we don't have swords in this deck. And maybe also that contentment that I speak to you about is probably that with the lack of swords here, you're not so much in your head and you're just taking it as it comes. Nice way to be, right? And I see that as being quite attractive to other people. They're kind of looking at you and going, I never really thought Libra was going to be someone I would go after, but all of a sudden I'm going after this Libra. And I think you feel that as well, Libra. I see that in this particular card as well, because we have all these wands now. In this particular deck, we have these wands they've come from you in a certain way. But I also see them coming at you. It's almost like the 8 of Wands card. So with this card here, we see you standing quite tall. You're holding a wand. You're holding onto it quite sternly. This card normally denotes an element of fear and intimidation. Sometimes it can be by love. Other times it can be, it can come up when you're being spiritually pressed as well. More so, I see it as a friendly reminder to you is that to not feel as intimidated by things as you normally would. And again, I say this, but I don't even feel like you have it this month. And this can be in the workplace, this can be with the family, this can be with certain friendship, this can be anywhere. And I'm really happy it's at the top of this reading, because it will really help you when you discuss whatever you need to discuss with this Lord, because they seem to be taking up a bit of your space in October. And I don't even think they need too much of it, but they do seem to be a strong figure. So going back to the 9 of Wands here, we're seeing you kind of feeling like you can't see the wood for the trees a little bit. In conjunction as well with the 7 of Cups, that slight bit of emotional confusion might be coming in spiritually, and even heightened again by the fiery emotion of things. So Libra, don't feel intimidated. See the wood for the trees. Take that extra moment to do that. When you start to feel like you're wilting slightly, to remember that you do have that other wand in your hand. It's quite powerful, and you didn't get that from nothing. That was also life experience that gave you that wand. So you are very, very capable in doing what you need to do. This is what you need to promise yourself this month, is to, as I said, not feel overwhelmed, not feel intimidated, and really stand stronger in yourself. I say stronger because we already can see how strong you really, really are. And so the final card for you this month is the one on the far right hand side, just underneath the white flower on the right. This is the 6th position, and this is what the result will be. So we have another 7 here, 7 of Wands. So we see you here having fought the good fight, kind of still feeling a residual energy from that as well, but being really successful in doing that. So there has been an element, or there will be an element of gaining an advantage in this particular situation that you are involved in. there's a slightly more, towards the end of the month for you, a slightly more defiant attitude as well, which is quite nice, and a stronger sense of purpose. We can equate that as well to love. Again, work, wherever this fits for you, Libra, do apply it to that. You're also, that defined energy is really making you defend yourself in an even stronger way, and having the knowledge to know that when you set your mind to something, however big, however small, however somewhere in the middle, that you do have this inner resolve that when necessary will come out. So it's nice to see you hone in on that in order to achieve the things that you want in October. There is an element as well of, with any fight, a kind of an aggressive interaction from you. But I don't see it as something that's coming across overly strong or to the point that it saturates you getting your point across to someone or people in general. You will struggle at times a little bit with the opposition here, Libra. So whatever it is that you want to say, or how you feel about things, as I said, make it a very, very grounded approach, because that will be the way you win this. Whatever this is in any area of your life, that is how you will achieve what you want to achieve. Your strength and your sense of valor doesn't go unnoticed. It really doesn't. So if you want to peacock your feathers a little bit more this month, this is saying that you can do so, and the result will definitely be in your favor. Okay, Libra, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Happy birthday again to you. If you dig what I do, please like and subscribe and leave a lovely comment. I'd love to hear how everyone is. Again, if you'd like a private reading with me, you can certainly have one. My details are below. Until then, have a fantastic birthday month, Libra. Get out if you can, socialise, few cocktails, dinners, dancing, whatever you can do with the people you love, do it. And until then, have a fantastic month. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.